Welcome back, everybody. We are here on House Special, and today's guest I'm really excited about. She is a pillar in the Chicago art and fashion community. She has made pieces for the likes of Saba, Smino, Yachty, and done collaborations with the Chicago Bulls here in Chicago. Let's give it up for Emma Mckee, aka Stitchgawd, who's in the house. Let's go.
Hi, Sam.
You gotta do the little job. Look at this height difference, for real, for real. So we got this.
I'm wearing platforms too, it's real extreme.
Right, I'm just 12 feet tall. You feel me? No, but today we got a face-off. You know, I love breakfast sandwiches. She told me she's a really great connoisseur and cooker of all things made. No, I'm just kidding. Today we're doing a little bagel face-off, you know, because you said breakfast bagels is your go-to.
Breakfast bagels are my go-to and potentially the only thing that I know how to make from memory. So.
Okay, you know, and the recipes are like that. So we got, you know, the eggs.
I feel like you should tell them about these bagels, like the sojourn we went.
Oh my gosh! So we went on this journey to get these bagels. Mindy's is originally where we went.
Well, the whole thing about a bagel sandwich is that like the ingredients are king because it's such a simple thing, right?
It is.
So we had to make sure the bagels. We came correct.
So where do we go? Steingolds?
Steingolds in Wrigleyville.
Wrigleyville, Steingolds. You got to check it out. And we waited for 40 minutes in the rain, not by choice.
For these bagels, for y'all.
For y'all, for y'all.
Us.
So we got, what kind of bagels? We got poppy seed, everything bagel,
salt bagel,
onion.
Yep.
Then we got, you know, you do a classic, which is egg and
cheese.
Egg and
I'm
cheese.
a vegetarian also.
See, vegetarian don't mean you can't do it up, but we'll let that one slide. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
So we're gonna get into it. You know, I got some arugula, some salmon and cream cheese over there, some eggs. So
be fancy or whatever.
You know, I'm trying to talk to me nice, but let's get into it. Awesome.
Maybe if you would stop stunting on me, we could get to it.
Oh wow.
Oh wow.
Hey, you see that? Y'all saw the. There you go. Awesome.
So these two for me?
Yeah, those two are for you.
For what it's worth, I did not agree to a bagel off. I thought you were gonna help me make a bagel.
But I don't need to help you do something you already know how to do. You know what I'm saying? No, but.
All right, thanks for the challenge, Sam.
Awesome, Lizzie. So I have a quick question, of course,
Where do you put the remains of the eggs? Okay, in there.
You could toss it in here. You know, I feel like in music, there's always when you introduce yourself as an artist, and I don't know if this is for everybody, but there's like an ego name. And then your artist name. For me, and I don't even know why I'm saying this, but my first rap name was The Nicest. You know, just kind of like, it was that corny, like, oh, I'm the nicest. So for you, coming to the name Stitchgawd.
My first rap name.
That's your first rap name?
How did it happen?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I always feel like it's really important to tell people that I didn't give myself that nickname. You know what I mean? I was really lucky. My first piece of press ever was in a little magazine called The Fader.
Little magazine called The
Fader. And the woman who was writing the article about me, she was like, oh, you're like the Stitchgawd. And I was like, oh, cool. And then everybody just started calling me that. I didn't really have a say.
Oh, wow. See, that's you know, I'll be honest. Oh, see, I took your.
You took the whisk. It's okay. I got other things to do.
You got salt and pepper. My first rap name was The Nicest. I gave myself, but as a joke, I remember, I forgot who it was in high school. My senior year when I was trying to be in the NFL, that clearly didn't work out.
You were trying to be in the NFL?
I was trying to play ball.
What position did you play?
I was a nose.
You were a nose?
Yeah.
I was too.
Oh, you play ball? Yeah, you got to have that
low
center of gravity, you know?
Didn't I say I have a low center of gravity?
You definitely did.
I do. It's surprising to people. Do you have a knife?
A knife?
A knife, yeah.
Why?
So I can lob some butter into this.
Ooh, that's real.
Like, you know, my mom was like, my mom and dad are really big, like Julia Childs people, and so it's just like butter and everything.
Oh, I feel that. So like when I was playing football, it was essentially like, I was going on a lot of college visits my senior year and not doing things like hanging out with people. And they're like, SoloSam made a joke. And I was like, I'm a big Kid Cudi fan. So I was like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with that. It's SoloSam to the death of me.
Well, I love that. I didn't realize that.
So yeah, it kind of
Because you're a recluse.
No, I'm not. Yeah.
SoloSam, the recluse.
I am. And you know, it's one of those things that I feel like when you give yourself a name, people stick to it. Like a lot of people are like, you do everything yourself. And it's like, I don't want to. You could help me. I like help
But
too.
when your name is SoloSam, people are going to be like, I'm going to let him be solo.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah, I did it to myself. I really,
It's okay. I'm here with you now.
Yeah. So people, a lot of people, of course, Stitchgawd, know you for your stitch work.
Yes.
My question is, prior to that, I always love asking, like, what was your career choice?
Oh, man. My parents both have vocations, right? Like a calling, a thing to do that they are like meant to do.
Yeah.
And so like growing up, that's what I saw, and I was like, okay, well, I need one of those too. What is the thing that I'm like born to do? What is the thing I'm meant to do? So I've done so much shit. I play like a bunch of instruments. I've had a production company. I worked for a record label. Like I've done a ton of stuff.
Oh, you really have?
No, I mean I really was. I was looking for the thing. I was like, what is the God-given thing that I'm supposed to be doing? Because my parents both have these things. What's mine?
Yeah.
And so I was looking and looking and looking, and eventually found the stitching thing. But while I was doing the stitching thing, I had a career in live event ticketing. So like really parallel, like working with the same people I work with now, but in a totally different capacity. Like the Bulls were my client back then. So I was like working with the front of house
and now,
at the United Center, and now I work with the marketing team.
It's all about the globe. We love to hear that.
It's way more fun to work with them as Stitchgawd than as ticket broker.
I mean, I believe it. I can only imagine, you know, it's that collaboration. It's cool because I remember when I'd be like, oh yeah, you know, I would love to go and see what's in SOHO House, and look how we did that.
Now it's us.
Look, right?
Look at God.
And
I know that I'm
torching her
like
right now.
whisking the hell out of these
Whisking the
eggs.
hell- I'm already about to.
Well, no, but the whole thing is like, it's like with cross stitch. This bagel sandwich is all about preparation, right? And the more you whisk it, the more air bubbles you get in, the better scramble you're gonna have.
See?
But you're not scrambling, are you?
No, I'm omeleting.
He's not scrambling.
Come on, you gotta.
Why can't you get with this?
Because you gotta get the omelets where it's at.
I don't know if I believe you. I'm a simple woman, you know, I have simple tastes. I like a scrambled egg, so sue me.
I'm dead. So, another question I have, you know.
Is this mine?
What? Yeah, that's yours.
Okay.
So, you came to Chicago. Originally, your origin is not from here.
Yes.
Where is Stitchgawd, the origin story? Where does that take place?
We moved around a lot, like a lot. I was born in Kansas City, but I don't really identify with Kansas City so much. But I lived
See how she did, y'all?
No,
Kansas
I mean,
City.
shout out Casey Mo, Tech Nine, the Chiefs, like, you know. Even though I don't really rock with the NFL like that, it's okay. But I would say St. Louis. Like, I just say Midwestern girl, you know? Like, I'm from the Midwest.
Got you.
I'm from the Midwest, but yeah, St. Louis for sure. Shout out the Lou.
Shout out to Lou.
We almost made St. Louis food today, but then I found out we were going to be shooting at 6 in the morning, and fried raviolis suddenly didn't sound so good.
Literally, so many people. I will tell you this, folks. Everybody who showed up for these episodes showed up because there are people. I got ghosted for this.
Ghosted.
I got ghosted for this, and some people are gonna be like, "What do you mean ghosted, Sam?" Where I told them what time it was, and they're like, "Oh, bro, I'm good on this," and I feel it.
You feel this dedication?
It's early, but you really got to be
early.
about that life. That's really what it is. So, not being from Chicago, what does it feel like to be heavily embraced? You know, you've seen yourself work the ranks of this whole community and work with the likes of some of the biggest names here. What does it feel like to be embraced by Chicago?
I am so eternally grateful, honestly. And to say that it's like, I'm very conscious of it.
Yeah.
I'm like very, very conscious of it. Like a big part of my art practice is making sure that I am reinvesting in Chicago, like being good to the community, making sure that like we're bringing other people with us. Because like I feel like a lot of artists come in from outside of Chicago and like eat off of what Chicago has to offer, and then either leave or like don't, you know, feed into the, like the whole purpose is to make things better for other people.
Exactly. You know,
and
it's
so like Chicago is, you know, I say I fight where I stand, and Chicago is, you know what? You know what's fun?
Oh no, rookie mistake. Don't tell me the fire wasn't on.
No, was it? I can't. This is a big scare.
It was not on. She was just pushing cold eggs, folks, for the last like 5 minutes.
I was like,
just,
why is this omelet
and she's
going
like,
so
why is he
hard?
going so fast? And I'm looking at her just push around like it's soup. I'm like, see, you whipped it too much. That's what it was.
You're the one who asked me to be here, okay?
I did.
All right.
But that's awesome how you look at, you know, just being a native and how the city embraced it, how you think there's homage paid back to it. And I love that. It really is incredible.
It's supposed to be that way, and I think if all artists approach themselves as like community members with an onus to give back to their communities, I think we'd be in a lot better shape, honestly.
I feel like we would too. Hey, I'm not making an omelet anymore. I'm making scrambled eggs. We don't need it. I'm just trying to match energy, right? It's not that I mess up the omelet at all, folks. You know.
This guy.
Hey, sometimes you're gonna make mistakes in the kitchen, but that's A-okay.
It's okay if you want to be like me, Sam.
I do.
I understand.
I'm just trying to match the energy. See, there's a part where now Frank gotta come and embarrass me. Frank, it's scrambled, okay? Just let me be. Let me live my best life.
Okay, should I like cut and toast a bagel since the scramble is getting pretty?
Yes, you should. And right here, we got this little hash brown you flip. I'll let you be in charge of cutting the bagels.
Well, that's because I brought my bagel cutter with me.
She did. For someone who's not like savvy, like she says in the kitchen, she really did pop out for this battle, ready to go. So, oh my gosh, she thinks she a Power Ranger. She locked and loaded. So,
I am.
I know that a lot of your pieces, as we know, the stitch pieces, are wearables. You can wear them.
Who wears them? Do you mean like in theory or like in actuality?
No, I know who wears. I seen who wears them. My question is does that seem like something you're gonna run the route of? Is going into the full-fledged like
production, like
for production for clothing, or like how do you feel about something like that?
For me, I would say, wow, this pot makes these eggs look very small. I would say that like having a retail line is not actually all that important to me, for real. Also with toasting these, what way would you do them in this scary toaster?
I'll probably with this part up.
Here, will you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not like terribly worried about that. I often am, like I know that that's like the way that most designers go. That's the way like we plan to make money, all this stuff, but like, I'm not really trying to make something for everyone, you know what I mean? Like my work is really just about the person I'm making it for, and it's great if I'm so lucky that other people like it.
Yeah.
Like that's so cool, but that's not why I ever am doing things.
Because you work, she really just cut one bagel.
Well,
not
I don't
for,
know what kind.
Hey, it's a competition, so I feel it. No, I'm just kidding. But that brings me back to, the way that you look at your work. And as everybody knows, you have a bartering process.
Yes.
My question is, in terms of that, what is the timeline and story behind your choices of bartering?
Oh.
What is that?
Well, the bartering thing started because the pieces I make take like 60 hours usually. Like that's like the average. And so I was like teaching myself how to make this stuff, and it was taking so long and it's so labor intensive. And I'm making this stuff for specific people, so it's kind of hard to be like, hey, this thing that I have for you is worth like several $1,000s, but it's only for you. Now I need you to, can you give that to me? But like for like up and coming artists in Chicago, who is usually who I'm making things for, it's usually who I'm inspired by, that's not really like a thing. So thank you.
See how quick that was?
That was so nice of you.
Of course, look, I helped my teammate, Even
teammate? I thought this was a versus.
It's a versus, but we're still on the same team. It's like, you got to always have that balance.
Yes.
So it is, I love that concept because at the end of the day, what's being said is like, my work is priceless, but so is yours.
Literally, exactly. It's like, what is the thing that you do that is in kind with what I do? Like when I'm making this, what do you think that you do that is like equal, and can we trade it?
I love that.
Do you have a knife?
Yeah. Right there around the corner.
Okay.
We definitely were like, before, we're like, do we need knives? And she's like, no, not at all. She's
Not
needed.
this.
Now that's a knife.
No, I need like a butter knife.
Oh, goddamn. You might have to just use the tip of that.
This is crazy.
Just the tip.
We gonna see.
Let's see.
Yeah, no, it's like, and it's worked out really well for me, Like $1 is $1 is $1. It can come from anybody. Same shit from anybody, but like an hour of someone's time, depending on who it is, can be like very impactful,
Yeah.
So I just figure like, oh my God,
Cursive. But that I love that it truly pays homage to artists and the grind. And you know, it's not always, things don't always need to be bought. Sometimes they need to be exchanged. And
Well, exactly. That's the whole thing. Like, capitalism, Western civilization makes it so that like we have to think that to be successful in anything, we have to be making money off of it. But like, why do we think that way?
Yeah.
Why does it have to be that way?
But you know what? That's a tricky thing, because it's like, I feel that, and at the same time, it's just like, man, if there was any other way, like the other option is somebody else using me to make money that way.
Yeah, but
And
that's
it's-
all of life. Like that's
It really is.
That's what going and sitting in a, you know, like most of what we do is to make money for somebody else who already has way more money than us.
I know that's right. That's a crazy thing.
No, it's crazy. It's unfortunate. It's sad. It like stifles growth. It keeps us from being like reaching our full potential. Like it's just sad, honestly.
It very much
And
so
so,
is.
and like I was so depressed in my day job where I was making lots of money and good connections and things. I just needed something where I had autonomy, where I could also say like, no, fuck off.
And
Because like I'm not allowed, as a woman, like I'm not allowed to do that. As a
And you
woman,
should
I am
be.
supposed to be making you feel comfortable all the time. Especially as like a salesperson, I'm supposed to make sure that you're good, that you feel good, that I
Yeah.
say yes, 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 and
see,
I don't want that.
that's
And in my art form, I don't have to do that with anybody.
you don't.
Because
And-
I've made it so that like you know what you're coming to. You're coming to me for me. Mm-hmm. And that's just what it is. And I have autonomy and power to say what I want and do what I want. And that's the whole goal. Like
and it's cool because in what you're doing, like another thing that I noticed, in what you're, oh, did she beat me? Folks, she beat me.
just on time wise, they can't taste these things. So
Just
like,
on time wise. I just want to let you know
wow,
before I seem like
What?
a cop out, your boy laid down 2. And I'm gonna actually throw some.
I'm
of
embarrassed.
this.
I should go home
This
now.
Picante de la Casa from Soho House. You know,
I
they
should
were
just
like,
go.
they were like, we want you to try it out. You know. Ooh,
Not
ooh.
the small finger dab.
It's good. It's good. It's good. Frank got to get it right. I like how he put it like on his wrist, like it's makeup, like just do the makeup check.
Woo! There it goes.
There it goes. I'm gonna put a little on this one over here. And it's cool because in your art, making those choices has allowed you to take stitching and make it something that a lot of people need to focus on, which is sustainability.
Yeah.
And I truly appreciate sustainability, especially in this world we live in, that things can always have a second life.
This is a thing that I am really passionate about.
Yes.
Sustainability. Like I didn't even realize I was a sustainable designer until someone told me.
Yeah. And that's, yeah, it's,
Well, it's hard because denim is one of the most wasteful, most water-intensive clothing like processes there is.
I don't
you
think
know?
I knew that till I was older and saw it being made, and I'm like, oh wow, this
Yeah,
is.
no, denim is a water waster, and I think especially in like fashion and production, we don't really think about those things. But fast fashion is one of the worst things for the planet. Like we filling up landfills like nobody's business with like string halter tops from Forever 21. Like we gotta quit that shit.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, I've been a product, I've used fast fashion
Bro,
for
and
sure.
no, it makes sense. Like inclusive sizing, ease to get things. Like that stuff is not. Like it's all well and good to be like pro sustainable fashion, but that shit is not accessible and it's too expensive. So like
It's
I can't
not.
even really be mad at people for buying Shein sets all the time, but I am a little bit because
Yeah.
we gotta stop.
We do.
We
And-
gotta stop and we have to invest more in things that will last us longer, that
And-
will like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Be more carefully choosy with the stuff that you wear and wear it for longer. Repair the stuff, do it again, like
That's a tip right here. Not everything that's used needs to be thrown away
at all.
at all.
And the thing is also things that were, you know, constructed pre 10 years ago are often made like much better, much nicer, better materials.
To last.
Do you see t-shirts that you got a decade ago
T-shirts.
versus t-shirts that you get now?
This is a retro bull shirt.
Bro, and
Vehicles.
it lasts forever. And it's like,
Vehicles.
and it feels beautiful, doesn't it? And it,
It
feels
does.
like
It
worn and
drapes
lived
me,
in.
and it drapes me very nice. You know,
And it-
I got my vest on because we're going on an adventure.
Dora the Explorer vibes, 1000%.
You feel it. You feel it. So
She's Dora, I'm the Explorer.
we got right here. It's time. I did a cross section right here. So put a dab of hot sauce in the front of both these Johns.
See, you with the presentation, mine looks so paltry next to yours.
I do this. Right here. You see what I have? One, we have that cream cheese.
I don't even
that
wanna
salmon, that arugula, that egg with Munster. And then we have this one. with that hash brown in there. The hash brown is a patty. Go
You
ahead.
see what? No.
Show 'em
Do you see what happened to my bagel?
Yeah, this kid's bought bagel. Go ahead, show 'em.
Kids bought bagel. I do have the sensibilities
How
of like
special.
a 12-year-old, but this shit is gonna bang.
It does look solid.
Yeah, it's gonna look great. Can I reach?
Can he reach? He said it like you're a Keebler elf. Go
No,
ahead.
like I'm a fucking T-Rex. Just
Look at
barely,
that.
just barely made it.
Look at that. It looks great. It does look great. A question. So you, of course, we know about the jackets, but you've been doing two things that I think are really cool. One, like almost memorial type pieces. You know, I saw your piece for Mac Miller. I saw your piece for Nipsey Hussle and Fred Hampton's family. What does it mean, like contributing that feeling of your art to pay homage and respect to a person? What is that process like, and what does that feel like for you when you're giving that over to somebody?
It feels big, and I feel humbled. And also, it's like not really a thing that I was like really trying to do. It wasn't like a conscious decision.
It just came
like,
from the heart.
Well, no, I mean, I really feel like I'm a service. Like my gift is a service.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My gift is a service to people, and I'm constantly trying to figure out what is the best way to do that.
Yeah.
And to serve others. And like, you know, the Fred Hampton thing, I started working on that years ago. I remember learning about it and just being like horrified. Well, actually, I went to the DuSable Museum and I saw, it's crazy, I saw the doorway that went into the Black Panther entrance. Kerry James Marshall has it in his private collection, which is crazy. But the Chicago Police Department shot 99 round, like, you know, bullets through that thing. And I saw that door and it just like changed some stuff for me. It was like seeing it. And I was surprised at how little people were willing to talk about him. But then the more I learned about him, I was like, oh, these problems are the same problems we're having right now, which is why we can't talk about that.
It reminds me of like when I went to, my dad's from West Africa, Ghana, and we went to Cape Coast Castle. It's a slave castle, and there was a door called the Door of No Return. And you saw this hallway go into a tiny door that went out to the beaches where there would be like, you know, ships. And it is one of those things that not knowing about those things, I think prevents a learning and
a fundamental understanding of like how we got to where we are and what is happening right now.
Exactly.
Without like context of the past, you can't possibly understand what's happening. And I think the reason that people really didn't want to talk about Fred Hampton is because we have the exact same issues. The exact same issues. Like it feels like it's a long time ago, but it wasn't. And so I'm seeing this, and I'm seeing nobody wanting to talk about it. It's crazy that while I was making it, a movie came out and all this stuff happened.
Yeah.
Because before that, people really didn't want to touch on Fred Hampton at all. And so I thought to myself, what can I do in service here? Like, I think that it's really crucial that we confront this. And I thought, you know, a 9-foot portrait of him, you're going to have to go like, who is that?
And it's a beautiful piece, and that's funny because that segues into my next question, which is, it seems like the future for you is in larger installations, and that's what you want to be working on. Can we expect larger installations from Stitchgawd in 2022 or 2023?
Larger things in general, yeah.
Okay.
Because like
living it up.
People didn't expect the cross stitch to be like where it is, and you know what I've done with it in like the fashion stuff and the streetwear stuff. And I often find that women in textile, the artwork isn't taken as seriously.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me go play with these boys and do solid state cross stitch work and do like big pieces, because like, what are you gonna say then?
Yeah, you can't. You gotta speak to them.
Well, exactly. And so I just think, I don't know, I think there's a big moment for women, like visual artists, pop artists, street artists, whatever, to really like go for it. And I want to see how big I can take the cross stitch stuff. So the jackets will always be a thing.
But it's just like another thing to add to it.
But yeah, we definitely coming hard for big
And that's how it is like for
installation
me with
pieces.
music. It's just like music is always gonna be my bread and butter, but so can cooking, and that's the beauty of life is you can make those choices and fully go with them.
Well, it's so nice. Like my you know, audience or whatever has kind of come with me willingly on all these things. It's like I used to be the girl who made the jackets. People didn't even know my name. They'd just be like, "Oh, you're the girl who makes the jackets." But like, I want to be the girl who does all the other things too.
Yeah, that's
while still making the jackets.
like makes a breakfast sandwich. Let's dig into these. We gotta try our work.
This is good. Sam, you killed this. Can we do a bagel toast?
Yep. Bagel toast roll. So, question. You get a call from Baby Keem, right? And he's like, Stitchgawd. And you're like, yes, brother.
Yes, brother.
And he's like, I need a gift for Kendrick Lamar in 4 days.
I do a 2-piece black denim. I do a like cowboy style black denim t-shirt with the fucking things right here and the things right here. Oh my God, that'd be tight. I should just make that for Kendrick. I haven't made him a piece in a couple years.
Just, you heard it here, folks.
No, that's tight, actually. That's what I would do for, well, I mean, I'd have to call in like 3 other stitchers and we'd be like working on it around, but like, yeah, Baby Keem called me and was like, for Kendrick, I'd be like, stop everything. Stop everything.
That's amazing. You know, hopefully I can commandeer a bartered piece. Who knows? Who knows what the future can hold? But one thing I do know is
Future's
the
bright
bagel.
for you, Sam.
Talk to me nice. The bagel is amazing. I got to give Frank some. So you already know the deal. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. This is House Special. I'm SoloSam.
Bam, bam, bam. Stitchgawd.
Okay. All right.
What you're doing,
That's
right?
what it was. So appreciate y'all. Peace.